Hi there, this is Adil Maksud. I'm back with DevOps interview questions and answers. This is part 2. I have started a series for the DevOps interview questions and answers. So today is the part 2. Today I accumulated total 10 questions. Basically, these 10 questions are behavioral. First is tell me about yourself. This is this is really opening and very much important. How much you can perform here or how much you can go further, it will be depicted here. For this is first question, you have to elaborate yourself first. I'll say how to do that. Then can you describe the most recent project you worked on? That means which one you are doing or which one just finished, like that. You have to describe succinctly, very much clearly. Um, what are your main responsibilities in that project? So when you are describing your recent one, then you should not say which one your main responsibilities. If you don't say, then they will ask you. Then you can consume some more time. You know, they have the bandwidth time like half an hour, 40 minutes, or 1 hour. Normally, not more than 1 hour. They are asking. So this is the trick sum. So then the main responsibility is coming. Then could you walk us through a challenging situation you faced on the project and how you resolved it? Then coming the challenging one, how do you approach troubleshooting? Then coming the troubleshooting and optimizing applications in production. So when coming the question of troubleshooting, most of the times asking for the production, the problems. How do you shoot the one? How do you ensure knowledge sharing among team members? Then KT session, knowledge transfer. How do you do that? Then tell me about a time when you implemented an improvement that led to a significant positive outcome. That means you implemented something, that one improved your project or made happy your manager, something positive outcome you got from them. How do you manage security in your AWS DevOps project? Security, burning, honestly. Then describe your experience with infrastructure as a code, IAC, and why it's important. So when coming IAC, okay, just start. Okay, lots of things. Just start. I'll say, can you share an example of a project where you utilized automation to enhance the deployment process? So you have to share an end-to-end project for automation deployment process. Guys, if you watch my videos, the AWS DevOps series, I think very first one, I'm not showing now, you should search my YouTube channel. Very first one I started the DevOps series. That one is I elaborated very much good. You can see that one also. Yes, so first one is here. Tell me about yourself. It is my explanation. You can change yourself like that. Answer it like that. I am an AWS DevOps engineer with X years. 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, or either way, 2, 3 years, whatever you have of experience managing and automating cloud infrastructure. In my recent role, I focused on deploying and maintaining scalable applications on AWS, utilizing tools like Terraform for infrastructure as a code, Jenkins for CI/CD, and Ansible for configuration management. I work closely with development teams to troubleshoot and optimize applications in production, ensuring smooth operations and minimal downtime. Additionally, I enjoy knowledge sharing with team members to promote best practices across the team. See here, as a whole, your picture, your personal profile, you just project it here. First of all, your how many years? I'm making this is the red colors, I think. How many years experience? So using it at a time managing and automating cloud infrastructure, because DevOps engineering for which one? AWS, that means cloud. So X years you are doing automating and managing. When saying automating, also say the managing. These two guys, these two words all together. Okay, automating, managing, and automating, or automating and managing. Either way, say these two words. In my recent role, I focused on deploying and maintaining. So see here, managing, then maintaining, right? Deploying. So how do you automate? Of course, you have to do deployment. So deploying and maintaining scalable applications on AWS, utilizing tools like Terraform for infrastructure as a code, Jenkins for CI/CD, and Ansible for configuration management. So as a whole, see here, Terraform to Ansible. I'm making this guy like this way. Terraform, Jenkins, Ansible. Just for one sentence, you said your high level. I work closely with development teams to troubleshoot. Remember, DevOps. You have to work very much. You have to be peer with the dev teams, development teams. Development team is not responsible for production. You are the responsible for totally production. But you have to know some sort of development also. You are not coder, but you have to know how to shoot the troubleshoot the some runtime error, or either way compile time error, the coding, like that. At least you should have a good rapport with the development team. Then you can troubleshoot easily. You can learn also from them that Python or Java, like that, either way. So optimize application in production. From here, see here, optimize application production, ensuring smooth operation and minimum downtime. Everything is yours. There is nobody is helping you. Okay, so yeah, when I think like that, I feel some sort of shattered. Oh yeah, this is mine. And yes, development, when, oh, I will be helped from them. Okay, like that. Additionally, I enjoy knowledge sharing, KT session, yes, and promote best practices across the team. So as a whole, you are a perfect DevOps guy. Can you describe the most recent project you worked on? Yes, in my most recent project, I was involved in deploying a 3-tier application. Come here, 3-tier. If you say 3-tier, then interviewer will be impressed that you know also 2-tier. Okay. On application on AWS, which included configuring a VPC, setting up EC2 instances for front-end and back-end, EC2 for front-end and back-end, and managing RDS for database. See here, first of all, when 3-tier or 2-tier is coming, first of all, VPC, keep in mind, people think that VPC very easy thing. Of course, easy thing, but VPC very important also. So first of all, I configure the VPC, my subnets, everything. I first configure VPC, region VPC. Then I set up the EC2 instances, at least 2, one for frontend, another one for backend. So like that, I start first. Then RDS, database. Don't say that for database EC2, okay? You will be just fired on the spot. Then I used Terraform to automate the infrastructure setup. When automating coming, then basically first coming the Terraform. Also Ansible. If infrastructure automating Terraform, configuration, server configuration automating for by Ansible. These two guys, please keep in mind, Terraform and Ansible. These two guys I am doing automating for the infrastructure Terraform, and configuration management or server configuration automating I am doing Ansible. One unique aspect of this project was implementing auto scaling and load balancing to ensure availability during traffic surges. See here, when you saying the 3-tier, remember guys, 3-tier, when you saying, don't forget to say that auto scaling and load balancing, because EC2, when you go to EC2 console, see the left bar, there is auto scaling, load balancing. Okay, so these two guys, if you say that I have implemented, then you have actually worked with robust 3-tier. Okay, not anything small, only 2 or 3 servers, not like that. You worked with robust. It will be implicated or explicated actually. So I implementing auto scaling and load balancing to ensure availability during traffic surges. So when saying auto scaling and load balancing, why this is needed, guys? Think a bit. Auto scaling and load balancing, why needed? Because of traffic, too much traffic. Normal customer may be 100, but at Diwali or maybe in the Black Friday will be 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, maybe 100,000. So on that time, your auto scaling, it should be burst. Load balancing should be perfect way. So why? During the traffic surges, and it improves which one? Memory. Please keep in mind, when traffic is coming, then auto scaling and load balancing coming. By doing auto scaling and load balancing, say like this gesture, okay, by use your fingers like that. I have done auto scaling, load balancing to ensure availability during high traffic spike. And by doing this, I have ensured availability. Okay, that means you ensure. That means the interviewer can rely upon you. That's the main thing, because they are hiring, man. They'll pay you money, right? So what are your main responsibilities in the project, right? Main one. We are coming here. So my responsibilities included defining and implementing infrastructure as code templates. See here, templates. That means when you think the templates, that means this is reusable. So you're storing something, template. So then deploying CI/CD. When you have the template, then deployment is easy. From template, you can use Helm chart like that. Either way, you can create anything else from the template. Then CI/CD pipelines with Jenkins, and automating server configurations with Ansible. So main when coming, then I first of all, keep in mind, first of all you create template, then deploying Jenkins, pipelines with Jenkins or GitLab, either way. Then automating server configuration is coming, because without server configuration you cannot make the high availability, right? So server then it's coming the Ansible. Also the question coming like that, how do you automate your server? Okay, people thinking that EC2, yes, EC2 is a server, but how do you automate? When automating coming, that means 100 EC2, 200, 500, 1000, 2000 maybe. So you cannot do every EC2 going, you cannot edit like that, man. You have to automate the configuration. So Ansible configure, please see my Ansible the video, okay, if you like, or from anywhere, please learn Ansible very strongly, Ansible, Terraform, both guys. I also monitor application performance using CloudWatch. So when for the AWS, don't forget to say CloudWatch, and was responsible for troubleshooting issues and optimizing resource uses. So okay, responsible for troubleshooting issues because of monitoring. I ensured that we followed security best practices. particularly in managing IAM roles and policies to control access to sensitive resources. Guys, question is main, right? When main coming, keep in mind template, monitoring, and security. Three fingers today: template, monitoring, security. So when coming template, yes, template can be created any application, lots of template, and the when coming template, then deploying is coming normally. So deploying, but also monitoring. Then monitoring by CloudWatch, Prometheus, Grafana also you can add here. I forgot to add here Prometheus, Grafana. And also the responsibility when coming, that means security. Security coming when it's coming the identity access management. See here. So for the AWS, security is entangled with IAM. So template, CloudWatch, security, and templates brother is deploying. Okay, I think I should mark. I'm making like this. So without template, deploying cannot be achieved normally, because for the big project you should have the template first. Okay, so template, CloudWatch actually monitoring, and security. These three guys, your main responsibilities. And could you walk us through a challenging situation? Oh my goodness, guys, every question is coming, man. Honestly, don't leave any question from here. A challenging situation you faced on the project and how you resolved it. During deployment, we faced a challenge where our database was experiencing high latency. See, when challenge coming, if you say database, that means, oh my goodness, this guy troubleshooted also database. Awesome. So high latency, after analyzing logs, when database coming, logs and metrics always coming. So when challenge coming, that means logs you have to see. In CloudWatch, I identified that our RDS instance type could not handle the peak loads. So high latency means which database? RDS, right? I am highlighting this one. RDS instance type could not handle. This is the type problem. Please make a focus here. So type could not handle the peak loads. To resolve this, I implemented a read replica to distribute the load and upgraded the instance type, which helped reduce latency significantly. Here, see, you did two things: replica, read replica. So when coming the RDS, read replica to distribute the load, and upgraded the instance type. That means if the T2 micro, then it should be T2 medium, db.t2 medium, like that, or T2 large. So when instance type changing, that means upgraded, that means scale up. One single instance, small to bigger, that means scale up. When we adding more instances, that means this is scale out. So you can say here I did upgrade, or I scaled up the instance type also, you can say, which helped reduce latency significantly. See here also maybe question like, how did you handle the latency? Man, this question coming either way, challenging when you say also add the latency solving, or without challenging also can be asking for how have you troubleshoot the high latency. Okay, we also set up alert to monitor database performance so that we could proactively address any future issues. So just implementing read replica and upgrading the instance type, that's not finished, man. You have to say that also the monitoring database we ensured for the alert. Then question 5, how do you approach troubleshooting and optimizing applications in production? So it was troubleshooting in the database, right? So now the production is coming. I start by gathering metrics and logs from monitoring tools like CloudWatch or ELK Stack to identify any bottlenecks or issues. So when coming the production, see here I'm making this one red. So production bottleneck is a normal situation. Okay. So if the issue is related to infrastructure, I review the resource utilization and adjust as needed. If it's a code related issue, see here, one is code related and another one was which one related to infrastructure. So code related issue, I work with the development team to analyze performance in staging environments and apply fixes. That means bug fixes. So small something here. I also ensure we use auto scaling policies and load balancing to optimize resource uses automatically, which helps keep the application stable under varying loads. So production issue, also traffic problem, varying loads, and production can be the infrastructure and code related. Keep in mind. And bottleneck issues may be happened. So when bottleneck happened, that means you have to add, or bottleneck solving is like that, auto scaling, scale out. That means you have to add more servers. When the more servers, then bottles neck will be then bigger. Okay. So some funny this is. Yeah, this is easy, guys. Please try to memorize. Okay. How do you ensure knowledge sharing among the team members? I encourage regular knowledge sharing sessions where team members can present new tools, troubleshooting techniques, or recent success. I also document. See here, knowledge sharing when coming, first you have to have the documentation, right? Because without documentation, see here I have documented first this the all the 10 questions, then I'm sharing my knowledge with you guys. This is also knowledge sharing session, honestly. So I also do documents process and configurations in a shared repository. So shared repository like GitHub, right? Here I'm sharing with you guys here, but normally on in the project Confluence we are using. So Confluence, I'm doing the documentation there, repository, so everyone has easy access to resources. Additionally, I actively participate in code reviews and provide feedback to help maintain consistency and encourage best practices across the team. I actively participate in which one? Code reviews. Okay, so code reviews, this is interesting, very much important also. Root cause analysis, RCA, also you can say here. So code reviews, that means analysis, and also the documentation you should have. So these two things, if you say, that's fair enough for your knowledge sharing. Okay, knowledge sharing session, if you say like that. Tell me about number 7. Tell me about a time when you implemented an improvement that led to a significant positive outcome. In one of my previous roles, I identified that our deployment process was taking too long and causing delays. I proposed and implemented a CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins and Docker, which automated the build, test, and deploy stages. This reduced deployment time by 50%. Awesome, man. And minimized human errors. It also allowed us to deploy multiple times a day, which improved our ability to respond to feedback quickly. So here, which one your achievement like this, which have improved the project? So when you saw that it's taking too long time, the deployment, and too long means delay, then I proposed mean I just not said, I said that I am making this CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins and Docker. Okay, I proposed and implemented. See here, I implemented, right? Very much important this is. I implemented. Don't say that we implemented. Okay, don't say like that. Not we. The actually interviewer likes to know you are doing. You are expert like that. So I implemented CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins and Docker, which automated like that, and 50% time is saved here. Then how do you manage security in your AWS DevOps projects? Security is a top priority in every project. I ensure that when security coming, I am coming, right? Roles and permissions are configured correctly. Granting the least privilege, guys, remember please, security when coming, least privilege. I am giving in the roles and permissions for the human being like that. Any stuff, new stuff is coming. I also use services like AWS Key Management Service KMS to encrypt sensitive data and manage secrets securely with AWS Secret Manager. So see here, Secret Manager, please memorize this one, Secret Manager, and KMS for Key Management Service. This is, and to encrypt the sensitive data, you have to have the key to encrypt. So server side encryption, also encryption data at rest, and key management service is the actually you have to do. That means the customer has to do that. Okay, for AWS does not manage this one. You have to manage this one, and this is the paid version. So key management service and secret manager, when you are saying, that's very good. Additionally, I automate security patches and continuously monitor for vulnerabilities. Additionally, I automate which are security patches. Okay, patches coming, man, and continuously monitoring the vulnerabilities. And using tools like AWS Inspector, man, this is very much important, and guard duty, AWS guard duty. I'm making this bold for threat detection. So yeah, this is as a whole very much good for the security, if you say like that. Then number 9, describe your experience with infrastructure as code, IAC, and why it's important. I have extensive experience with IAC, primarily using Terraform. IAC is essential because it makes infrastructure management more efficient, scalable, and consistent. Okay, if you say these 3 words, efficient, scalable, and consistent, awesome. With IAC, our team can version control infrastructure, review changes, and apply them consistently across multiple environments. So when IAC I'm using multiple environments, our team can consistently use that one, apply them. So it also allows us to automate the provisioning and updating of resources, reducing the potential for human error and enabling rapid environment replication. So additionally, which one? It also automate the provisioning and updating of resources. With which one? IAC. And potentially for human error, reducing the human error, right? And enabling rapid production replication. So I would suggest when coming the IAC or infrastructure as a code, please memorize the human error. You have to say reducing the human error, because if you write every time infrastructure for EC2, for VPC, for RDS, every time if you write, then it will be human error. This is error prone. But if you write one time and use many times, multiple times, that is the infrastructure. That's the reason to create the infrastructure. And we have many environments: staging, production, non-production, backend, many environments, right? So same thing you have to use many times. So for this region, I am using the IAC infrastructure, specifically Terraform. Also for the AWS cloud formation, also for only for inside the AWS, or on outside the AWS is Terraform. Can you share an example of a project where you utilized automation to enhance the deployment process? So here the example you have to say. So utilize automation deployment process. This is the last one. In a recent project, I set up an automated deployment pipeline using Jenkins and Ansible. Jenkins handled the CI/CD pipeline, triggering builds, tests, and deployments automatically upon code commits. So when code commits working, then Jenkins triggering everything there. Ansible was used to configure servers and manage dependencies. And this automation significantly reduced deployment times and enabled us to focus more on development rather than manual task. So manual task, honestly, every time you have to say that to avoid the manual task or human errors, I'm making the infrastructure as a code, I'm making the automation with Jenkins, with Ansible, like that, with Terraform. So the example, yeah, same thing is coming, it also improved consistency across environments, which helped us quickly identify and fix any issues. See here, your every deployment will not be without the issues. 99% deployment issue, you must have the any kinds of issue, must be 99%, I say, because without issue deployment rather happen rather. Okay, so here this practicing responses like this will help you communicate your skills and experience effectively. Good luck with your interview preparation. Okay, so guys, this is from my gift, I think, this DevOps interview question and answers, man. This is really, honestly, this is harder than the project. When the hands-on I'm doing project, the hands-on actually just already fixed, memorized almost everything, coming repeatedly hands-on. But questions answer, man, it sucks. It sucks everything. See, when I was explaining, I saw that I missed something to add here, because I say I written here only the Jenkins, also the GitLab. You can write here also other things, you can write here GitHub Actions also. Okay, so main thing is that these 10 questions, please answer, please practice in your own way. I hope it will be helpful for you guys, and I hope it will be helpful really. And please leave your comment if you guys are helped here, or if you have any kinds of suggestions, anything else, I'll be very much happy. Thank you very much. Good night.